So this weekend we're visiting CERN in Geneva. We have been on a tour of the Atlas detector, which is part of the 27 kilometers particle accelerators which are down below us here where we are standing at the entrance to CERN. We have their very characteristic building here in front of us, which is for meetings and things like that, and we have CERN's buildings all around us like that. We've been staying in France and going across to Switzerland to get inside, and then inside you actually pass the border as well, so it's really an international place. So CERN has various of their equipment at the square just inside where the visitors are coming, and some of them are rather impressive and looks rather like they belong in the space technology than in particle acceleration. The steel here is rather big and interesting to look at. So this is an example of what comes out on one of the detectors, early made into a little display for visitors. So yesterday we took a tour of Geneva. We saw the lake and went along the lakefront. We took the tramway in. It was a very nice town, and it's a very multicultural town with lots of different nationalities in there. On the way we had a little saving expedition because we were walking down a street and we were stopping at a traffic light and the cars were passing in front of us, and all of a sudden I had a little boy here next to me, so this sort of size, and he was sort of crying, to say the least, and he was trying to walk out, and I had to stop him because of course it was red light. And next to him there was a nice lady, which of course I immediately thought would be his mother. However, it was not his mother, it turned out, and when it was green I said to him, okay, now you can walk, and he rushed out across. And the lady next to him said, well, he's all alone. And by the time we got to the other side and he was continuing on crying all the way, we realized that he was in fact a lost boy. So a lost boy alone in Geneva and not safe in traffic was not something we could let go. So actually we stopped him, and I went back while the rest of the family made sure that he didn't rush off and get run over. I went back to the lady and she was in the middle of phoning the police, so that was fine. We then went back to the boy, and I sat down with him on my lap, and he was crying, but he did calm down a little bit, at least enough that the lady could try to talk a little bit to him. We all tried to talk to him. We tried English, we tried French, we tried Italian, there was a Spanish lady around, we tried everything we could. But luckily the lady who was helping us a little bit at that time also spoke a bit of Arabic from Tunisia. And she said, well, yeah, he does speak a bit of Arabic, and it sounds like he's from Saudi Arabia or something like that. We were unable to get a name out of him. He had no identification with him. And the only thing that sort of happened over the next quarter of an hour was that he calmed down a little bit sitting on my lap, and that we managed to get the police to come and say hello to him. They then looked over me on the ground and the boy in front on top of me and said, oh, that situation looks perfectly okay, we don't need to do anything dramatic. And then they phoned back and radioed back to the station, and there was still no one who had said that they had lost the boy. So he said, well, we just stay around for a little bit, and they will usually phone, that's okay. And then 5 minutes later he got a radio message that they had found the parents. The parents had contacted the police and they were at the central station. So after that the boy went off in a nice police car up to be reunited with his parents. I managed to communicate with him on how old he was, and we used the fingers. So we know that he was 4-year-old and of Arabic, probably Saudi Arabian descent. And that was the success story of yesterday afternoon's tour in Geneva.